you can relax. That's the name of our podcast.
Hello, welcome to Relax the Podcast. I'm Colleen here with my
newly single.
Here with my ex, I guess. No, just kidding.
So,
or am I?
What's who cares? Somebody needs a hobby or an evaluation.
I
right?
think they do have a hobby. Lots of people have hobbies, but some people's hobby is me.
My God.
I like the plant. I like the
Thanks.
plant with the puppets behind us. I don't know if you guys can see.
Yep.
We never mention or talk about the puppets in the background, but
as we shouldn't.
But I'm just now recognizing and noticing them mating in the tree.
No, they're doing like a tree hug, tree dance.
Oh, I like it. I should clarify, by the way, because sometimes sarcasm isn't read well and can be clipped and like edited. You know what? I'm not single. I'm
Right.
very much married in love with the person I'm going to be with for the rest of my life and also afterlife.
But enjoy your TikToks.
Is
right?
that what? I don't know. I literally don't know.
I don't have any social media, so I don't know what's going on. I just,
Yeah, I talked about this. We talked about this a lot more on the SAS podcast already. So if you guys didn't see that episode, that came out yesterday on the Patreon.
Yeah, it's not worth talking about.
We talked about more there already.
Was it so funny?
I have a fun game I want to play with you. I'm so excited. But we're not playing yet. First, we have to do our relaxes.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Oh my God. I haven't put on the spot all of a sudden.
I can go if you want. You went on a rant this morning that I couldn't believe about how much you hated summer.
Oh, yeah.
You hate summer.
I do. I'm sorry.
Which is wild to me. And it's making me question my own liking of summer.
I loved it growing up. It was my favorite growing up.
Well, yeah, of course, because you didn't have to go to school and like the weather was nice and yeah, it was summertime.
And for you, it was the end of the year.
For me, it was the end of the year. Yeah,
because you think that
there's so many songs about summertime.
Mm-hmm.
The living is easy.
Mm-hmm.
There's movies called Summer.
Well, yeah, summer's
Sam.
great. Growing up, like summer's like
what's
the
another
time,
summer
man.
movie?
Don't ask me.
Wet
what's
Hot
another
American Summer.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
a lot of good summer
great
movies.
movie.
Mm-hmm.
I
don't like summer.
You could get in a boat if you had a boat.
You can get in a boat anytime.
Well, maybe in the Southern California, but not other places. You go to the beach.
Yeah, but that's my point.
Not in the way that you like to go to the
I
beach.
There's a lot of reasons I don't like summer anymore. Number one, I don't like being hot. I'm
listed
a
like
spoiled
20
little
things.
butt. I'm a spoiled little brat, and I can admit that. Okay.
You stared out the window at this beautiful day, and you listed like 20 things.
No, listen.
I will.
I'm a spoiled little boo-boo brains, and I grew up in a city where the temperature was pretty much 75 degrees year round, and it would fluctuate maybe 10 degrees. And the hottest day in the summer was like 85, and the coldest day in the winter was like 60, 55 maybe. Now, granted, climate change has shifted that a bit in my hometown. Like that's not how it is now.
Hotter. Yeah.
But I still was spoiled. Like I didn't have, and some people might say that's not spoiled. Some people might say that's deprived because they love all the seasons. I don't need them. I don't need the snow. I don't need the hot sun. I don't need that. I just need normal, like typical, chill, perfect weather. Okay. That's all I need. And so I really don't like being sweaty and hot and uncomfortable and sticky.
You don't like seasons?
Yeah, not a fan.
So it's not just summer. You're like, it started as you don't like summer, but now we're getting to you're just not a fan of seasons?
No, I like fall and I like spring, sort of.
I don't think you do.
But I like winter fine. But summer is balls. Summer is not good.
Oh.
Summer I don't like being hot is the number one thing. Okay. But I appreciate all the seasons. I know that they're necessary and wonderful and great. And I can appreciate things about them, but I don't like sweating. I don't like being hot.
You're not like an outdoor activity person.
Well, I am. It's just certain type. I mean, you're right. Yes, correct. But here's the thing. Okay. So summer with the hobbies I have grown into as an adult, rock hunting, beach foraging, tide pooling, all these beach activities that I love to do.
Summer's not the prime time to do those.
No, it's the worst time to do them because
Why?
The good low tides are the middle of the night, like 3 a.m., 4 a.m.
Oh, tide-wise, okay.
And so I like going tide pooling with Flynn and looking for sea creatures, and I like looking for rocks. And the best time to do that is low tides and shells and sea glass and all the stuff. Best time is low tides. But not only that, even if I were to go during a low tide, because there is a low tide during the day, it's just not as low as like the good low tides.
So weird how that works that way.
But the problem is that like in the summer, I don't know how it is the rest of the world, but in California in the summer, the sand covers everything. So even during low tide, you can't see the rocks and all the stuff that's hidden because it's hidden under like 6 feet of sand.
Yeah.
And then the storms in the winter
Who
pull all that
wants
sand away.
on a beach, you know?
Me when I was younger, because I used to hate rocky beaches. I was like, ew, this beach has too many rocks. I hate it. Like I wanted just sand. Most people do. But so my favorite hobbies and the thing that calms me down when I'm stressed, anxious, overwhelmed in the last few years has been go to the beach, look for rocks, go to tide pools, look for shells, look for sea glass. And that's what I love. And it's lovely to do that in a coat. And you're like kind of cold a little bit, but like you're cozy in your big jacket.
Yeah, but now you can do it with your butt out.
And your boots. And now it's embarrassing because I go to the beach and it's hot and I'm sweaty and like leggings and a tank and like a big old bag of rocks. And then everyone's out with their butts out looking all cute in their little bikinis. And I'm like looking for rocks on the beach like a nerd. So it's...
Why do you care what they think?
Because I care what everyone thinks, Lovey.
Stop caring what anybody thinks.
But I also...
ever.
Yeah, I think that summer and there's lots of bugs in the summer. I really don't like bugs.
You know nothing about nothing about bugs out here.
I don't like it. I don't have to worry about my clothes, and I feel like you have to worry about clothes more when it's summer because in winter you can just wear like baggy sweatshirts and like lots of clothes, and it's like who knows what she's wearing. She's wearing baggy jeans or leggings and a big sweatshirt. Like you don't have to worry about fashion. In summer it's like, well, I have to wear what kind of shorts? How do shorts work?
I feel like
match
short
shorts
length,
to shirt?
Short length changes a lot.
It does.
In fashion.
It does.
But for women, it does too?
What? Of course it does. The short length and the short height. Like on the top part. Like mid-rise, low-rise,
really
high-rise.
wear shorts.
Jeans, cords. I don't because I don't know how to do it.
Corduroy shorts?
Yes. That happens.
Seems ridiculous.
Jerseys, like legging shorts. I don't even know. Like leggings, you just wear leggings, but like legging shorts, I'm like, are they long? Are they mid thigh? Do they go high? What kind of? I don't want to wear the wrong ones.
I don't think it matters.
I think it doesn't.
Whatever you're
right.
comfortable in.
You're correct. But for some reason, anyway, it stresses me. Everything about summer stresses me out a lot. And then everything's dead. It's like spring, everything blooms is so pretty, and then summertime comes and everything's just dead.
What?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
All the plants just like
on the East Coast, summer's when everything gets green, you know, which I would associate with plant life, not death.
That's spring.
What?
That's spring. Everything is
spring. Everything it starts getting that way, and then through summer it's all green, and then in fall traditionally the leaves then change color.
I don't know. I just think of heat. I think of death.
Wow. Okay.
So I guess winter is when everything dies, huh? I don't know. I don't have seasons, and I don't know when
don't
care
for seasons.
I do care for seasons. I care about seasons. I like that they exist. I think fall leaves are beautiful. I think winter snow is gorgeous. I think a summer beach day is lovely. Like the aesthetic and the vibes of all the seasons is lovely.
Well,
but I have a hard time with summer because
summer is here. It's about to start, or as you call it, a heat wave.
Yeah.
And here we go. We should enjoy it.
I will.
We'll do some fun stuff.
I will.
Summer stuff. We got kids and they could get to do summer stuff.
I know. It's just, it always hits me like a ton of bricks every year, the past couple of years, because my safe haven, my therapy, my happiness in the last couple of years, when I'm really overwhelmed, the one thing that really makes me feel centered and better and like I can breathe is going to the beach on a crisp, like not chilly, but just like a nice day or like sunsetish time and looking for rocks. And it's just lovely.
Go to like a creek.
No one's there. A creek?
Yeah, go to a creek.
Lovey.
Go to a creek.
A creek. First of all, the bugs at creeks are insane. Second of all, the rocks are covered in muck. They're not the creeks that we have here are not like the creeks they have.
Basement.
I would love to go to a creek in other places where the creeks like crystal clear water and the rocks are pretty and glistening. Here like they're all covered in muck. You can't see a thing.
Yeah.
But you know what? I saw someone on TikTok in Montana somewhere. They went like mining or something or they went to some place where you could like kind of.
Yeah, you could go in a mine.
No, not mining, but like they were just at this place where you can like go and find different gems. And this person was finding like, what was it? Sapphire. They were just like mining for sapphire and they got all this sapphire. I was like, that's like my dream. And this
just
person, I was
be
like,
a miner,
wait,
love.
I would be, this is like, I feel like it's rare that I could find other people that will be obsessed with rock hunting and gems the way that I am, like looking for them. This person was like, I've been here for 6 hours and I never want to leave and I'm by myself. Like, and I was like, that's my dream. Like to find someone who will go. To be in a mine
shaft alone?
No, to find someone who will just stare at rocks with me. But we don't have to talk. We don't have to discuss anything unless we find a really cool rock or something we want to share. But like, we don't talk. We're just living our best life. Like looking at rocks, it's just for hours and hours and hours, never want to stop. And it's the happiest we've ever been.
Why don't you like, maybe you should take like a class, like sign up for take a geology class at the local university. Something like that.
I will never go back to school.
Okay. Don't like school.
No, don't act like that's a hot take. Don't act like that's a hot take, Lovey.
Sound like anything.
That is not a hot take.
You saying bugs, maybe before I forget, our son Wesley's been saying like the cutest isms and words
he's the best.
lately. And he was telling me today about his mosquito bite.
Oh, his mosquito bite.
Don't worry, Dad. It's just a little mosquito bite. The mosquito bit me. It's just a little mosquito bite. So,
I love him.
I wanted to remember mosquito.
I need to write that down.
And then he wanted a piece of chocolate.
Chocolate. Yes, he does say chocolate.
Spelled TRO.
Yes. Chocolate.
Ocolate.
I have to write that down. I write
Mosquitoes.
Mosquitoes. I write down when the kids
it's the cutest,
say cute things
cutest
like that.
Thing. What's the other thing he'd been saying? Something about
I have
Mondays.
To write this down. Hold on. I've got to write this down before I forget. I have it actually written down right here. So, posquito.
Like taquito, but pesquito.
Yes, of course. Pesquito. Okay. So I wrote down for Wesley, what he says is if he doesn't want to do something, he's, we've taught him like, if you don't want to do something, we teach all the kids, you don't do something, you don't just go like, no, I don't want to do that. You go like, maybe I can do it tomorrow or can we like trying to teach them compromise? Like, is it all right if I do this for 5 more minutes and then go to dinner? Like trying to teach them that. So it's not like they have to say yes to mommy and daddy all the time. It's like, if we say it's dinner time and they're in the middle of something, they can explain to us.
Instead of just screaming, now.
Like they can say like, oh, I'm in the middle of something. Can I finish this first? And we say, yes, of course, like giving, whatever. So we're teaching them that. And Wesley's version of that is he gives me a new time frame that he can do whatever I'm asking. Mm-hmm. Can you pick up your toys? Or, all right, it's time to go pee in the potty or whatever. He'll go, I'm going to do that on Easter Bunny Mondays.
Easter Bunny Mondays.
I'll go on Easter Bunny Mondays. That's one. I don't know where that came from. Easter Bunny Mondays. Another one he said to me the other night was, I'll do it in 0.5 fun minutes.
0.5 fun minutes.
Mm-hmm. It was very specific about it. I said it multiple times. And my favorite, I'll do it in the winter. Hey, you need to pick up your toys.
There's a kid who knows his seasons.
I'll do it in the winter.
Yeah.
And it's so funny that you can't even get mad. It's like, you'll do it in the winter. And it's so serious.
Pick up your toys. That you just throw all your toys all over the ground.
I'll do that in the winter.
I'll do it in the winter.
Like, it's so funny to me. I love it. He's got so many isms. I hadn't heard.
He calls every meal is breakfast, no matter how many times you try and differentiate between lunch and dinner.
Yep.
Breakfast, snack time.
Yep.
It's all breakfast.
It's amazing. Yeah, he's the cutest. So wait, was your relax me not liking the summer?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
How do you feel about summer, Levy?
I'm excited for summer.
What are you excited to do?
I'm excited to do stuff with like summer stuff with the kids, you know, beach stuff.
Yeah.
Get
your butts out?
To get my butt out there on the beach, man.
Get it out, man.
And yeah, I don't know. It's interesting because like this is the first like summer for Flynn because he's what do you say, graduating kindergarten this year. So that'll be like interesting. And he's got like
I got his little
camps and stuff.
Graduation thingy and hat.
Did you?
Yes,
okay.
I did.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Come on, that's gonna be so cute.
That's so cute. Yeah. Today they're actually taking their class photo. I don't know if you knew that, but
Excuse me?
I guess. I don't know. One of the parents texted me and said, is everyone gonna, it happened fast. It was like last night at 9:00.
Yeah, I would have put an outfit for him.
I put on an outfit for him.
Oh, he was wearing a tie-dye long shirt that's too big for him today.
No, I put on like a button-up shirt that was fun, like a fun, like kind of one of his fun Hawaiian type
cute.
Shirts. Yeah, so that's kind of, exciting, summer camps and things like that. School's out, baby,
Yeah.
It's just, all right. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's summer. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know, man. I didn't want to talk about like how the garage door broke. I didn't want to talk about that I'm waiting for a phone call from a plumber again. You know, like I didn't want to complain. I was like,
you wanted me to complain.
I wanted you to complain. I was trying to be put more positive energy out into the world. Right. Through a microphone.
Yeah, I get it.
I don't know what to do with myself. I'm single, ready to mingle.
I do want to play a game with you I'm very excited about.
Okay.
So I was thinking about all of the incredible work that I don't know what made me think about this, but I was thinking about all the incredible work that you've done over the years, not just in life, but in your career. And I was like, I wonder if he would know if I were to because I don't even know all this. I haven't watched everything you've been in. I haven't watched all of Stalker, I haven't watched, I'm sure there's things of yours that I haven't seen because you've done a lot. So I was like, I wonder if you would know everything that you've been in and remember everything you've been in because I remember where this thought came from. Now I remember. So my family was here the other day. My nephew had his birthday party here and one of my nephews said, oh my gosh, I was watching one of your Miranda videos the other day and it's one of my favorites. It's the drive-through one. And I was like, what? And he's like, the Miranda video where you go through the drive-through.
I remember you doing those, I think.
And I was like, I did that? And he was like, yes. Are you serious? And I was like, oh, I guess so. Yeah, I vaguely remember this.
It's like a series of
Yeah, I guess. Things. I don't know. It was a trend to go through a drive-through and order something that the person in front of you had ordered. Right. And so that's what he'd reminded me of that. And I was like, oh yeah, I did do that. And he's like, yeah, I love that video. I think it's my favorite Miranda video because
then you're surprised what you get. Cause you're like, I'll just have whatever they ordered ahead of me. And then you're surprised. Okay.
And he was like, yeah, it's like you're driving. And I go, wait, I was driving as Miranda, in character. And he was like, yes. And I was like, I was shocked I did that. I was like, it doesn't sound like something I would do because in my head, Miranda definitely cannot drive. So I was like, what? But I was like, he was like, how do you not know this? You did it. You filmed it. And it wasn't even that long ago. It was a few years ago. Yeah. And I was like, I filmed so many videos and I don't go and rewatch them. So half the time I don't know, unless it's a really viral, really iconic thing that I did all the time, like a quote or something, I typically don't remember half the stuff that I do or put out there. And so I was like, I wonder if Erik would. So I have a game.
I don't know. Cool. Cause I typically don't like to watch myself. So I would have never even seen it. I would have just lived it on the day.
Right. So I'm going to, now I didn't do everything you've ever been in, obviously. I just did a few, but I'm going to read you a quote.
Like a line?
A line from one of the shows you've been in. And you have to guess what show it was. Okay? I think you'll be able to do it. I feel like you're really good at memorizing things and
I know, but
and it was hard to find lines that are not obvious of what the show was. You know what I mean? I feel like
you trying to make it hard?
I tried, but it's kind of all of them were kind of obvious. It was hard to find, except for I could have put yes, I'm not going to put a line like that. Right. So any line that was even slightly interesting kind of gave away what the character.
Well, that's fun for me.
It's fun. It was fun for me too to go through and watch a bunch of old scenes of you and try to find lines. But anyway, the point is I didn't do them all and there's a lot more I could do. So we can always play this game again when I have a little bit more time to find better lines. Here we go.
Okay.
He's a wolf in sheep's clothing, hiding behind a fancy suit and a fake smile. What show is that from? What character did you play?
It's a wolf in sheep's clothing. What?
You said out of your mouth
I did?
On a television show. He's a wolf in sheep's clothing, hiding behind a fancy suit and a fake smile. Do you not know? I feel like this one was the most obvious one.
It's not. What is it?
You don't know? For real?
It's not Haters. What is it?
That's not Haters Back Off.
I don't know.
You don't know what that is?
It sounds familiar to me.
You were kind of yelling it. It was a very intense scene.
Is it Lucifer?
Yes.
Okay.
Lucifer.
Netflix's Lucifer.
Netflix's
season.
I don't remember.
6, episode 7.
Is it? I don't remember now,
Remember
but
the title was like orgy something.
something about orgies, and your butt was
Speaking of
you
butts
got
out.
that cake. I was
Carrot cake. Get it?
No.
Carrot cake. You call me Carrot.
Oh, I get it. Oh my God, that's so cute. Your butt has a nickname. Your butt's nickname is Carrot Cake.
Okay.
So whenever I want to get like have sexy time, I'll just be like, I'm craving carrot cake. Yeah, that makes it sound like I want to eat your butt though.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, let's change the subject. Okay. We're not together anymore. This is inappropriate.
Yeah.
Okay, here's another one. It's a big city, Tucson, surprisingly big. Place like that has a lot of Rite Aids.
Oh, Girl Boss.
Yeah. I knew you'd know that one. That one was hard to find a good line. All right.
Netflix's Girl Boss.
Oh, dang it. You know, I had a better line for that one. Ah, shoot. I should have done this one. All year long, this guy's been giving me the D. Gratitude, bro.
That's also Girl Boss.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Okay.
It's the same scene, I think.
I want you.
That was fun because it was filmed at a place called Spaceland in Silver Lake, Los Angeles.
Spaceland?
Yeah, it's like an actual like littleish like music venue that's been around
cute.
forever, and it's like really iconic, all like this stuff. So to play in this fake band in front of like 100 extras, like this song all day, that was like super fun. To pretend to be the lead singer of a band.
You filmed that the same time as Haters Back Off, or around the same time or something? I remember you talking about that. It was
right after season 1, I got that. But yeah, it was like also like there was something where like my email, like they sent the wrong email, like that they had changed the song. So I had to like learn the song like on my lunch break. So we shot the scenes in the morning and then we shot the musical performance like all the rest of the night. And on my lunch break, I remember sitting in my trailer like learning the song.
Like you had to sing it?
Yeah.
What song was
and
it?
Play it on guitar.
How come I don't remember this?
Rosanna.
Oh, okay. Interesting. All right, next one.
Rosanna.
I want you to know that if you break her heart, I will hunt you down.
It's Haters Back Off.
Yeah. That one was really hard to find a line from that was not extremely
I guessed
obvious.
by like the look on your face. Your face gave that one
it was
away.
literally impossible to like find. I went through a few different episodes.
Okay, say it again. Say the line again.
I want you to know that if you break her heart, I will hunt you down.
Oh, so I say it to Owen?
Yes, who's played by Dylan Playfair, who's wonderful in that scene. He's wonderful in the show. I think he was a perfect
he was such
Owen.
A good guy. He's great.
But that scene, watching that, I loved it. He's so funny. He's so great. That guy.
Yeah, he's great.
But anyway, he said, you say, I want you to know that if you break her heart, I will hunt you down. And he goes, and what? And you're like, huh? And he's like, hunt me down and what?
Those scenes were really fun to shoot with him.
Yeah, he's great. Anyway, that scene was very cute and wonderful. Here's another one. You ready?
Yeah.
You're wasted.
You're wasted.
Mm-hmm.
You're wasted. I say to someone, you're wasted.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. No, I don't know. Is there more? Can you like give me more?
I have another one. Yeah.
Okay.
No one really knew when it was going to happen, just that it was going to.
No one really knew what was going to happen. Is this like a crime one?
I'm not giving you any more hints. Those are the lines you get.
Criminal.
One of the lines is, you're wasted. The other line is, no one really knew when it was going to happen, just that it was going to.
Is it like some major crimes, Criminal Minds, Bones?
What's your guess?
You're wasted. You're wasted. You're wasted? You're wasted. I don't know.
You don't know? You have no guess.
I mean,
Guess.
Bones.
Mistresses.
Mistresses. I said you're wasted?
Say it to your mom.
Oh, yeah. The great Penelope Ann Miller, who played my mom on that show. Famous for Pee-wee's Big Top Adventure and Kindergarten Cop.
Iconic film.
Great film, yeah. And I think she's in Carlito's Way, too. She's had a great career. She's doing something now.
I don't know, but she did Mistresses with you and she played your mom. And I will say that one was hard to find a line from. I was mostly on Mistresses because I think every single one of your lines had to do with your dad. And I was like, that gives it the character away, that this character is always talking about his dad and how much he loves his dad, and his dad gave him this, and my dad did this, and I want to be like my dad and dad.
My story arc was that I found out that my dad is dead at the beginning, but I found out he was having an affair with his therapist. So I go to her to see her for therapy and then reveal to her that I knew about her and my dad, but then me and her have an affair.
Mm-hmm.
And then my mom shoots me in the face.
Yeah.
At the end.
Spoiler alert.
Well,
Oh, God.
that was like my first thing. I have a lot of feelings about that experience in that time in my life. But anyways.
Well, I actually love the story of that. So I want to get back into that. So we're going to bookmark that because I will come back to that when this game is done because I want to talk to you about something like that.
Okay.
But yeah, that was Mistresses. And also that one was hard to find your scenes because they gave all of you the same haircut and you all looked the same. So as I was like scrolling through trying to find your scenes, I was like, they all Erik?
All had the same haircut, all had the same pastel button
kind of all
ups,
looked the same.
Had lots of makeup on.
All right, you ready for the next one?
Sure.
Thanks. I like you as well.
Thanks. I like you as well. Thanks. I like you as well. Thanks. I like you as well.
You're just doing line readings?
I don't know. I'm trying to get it out. I have no idea. That's like, I don't know. Here's
the next hint from that one. Now that doesn't sound very sexy.
No, that doesn't sound very. Is this Good Trouble?
Yes, it is. Yeah. Ding, ding, dingity, ding, dong.
So like, okay, yeah, that makes sense now.
Fun fact, Erik played a twin in that show while I was pregnant with twins.
What the heck?
It was funny. It was like I was pregnant with twins. I feel like I was, did you get that script but I don't know. I just remember everything. All of a sudden, twins was everywhere. Twins was suddenly like all the time. And there was a scene where you're like, I'm a twin. Was I pregnant with twins at the time?
No, I think it was after we found out it was twins.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, all of a sudden twins was in the universe speaking to us. Crazy.
Here's a good one.
I'm doing pretty good. I only didn't get one.
You're doing really good. We've been pillow fighting for 5 hours straight.
We've been pillow fighting for 5 hours straight?
Uh-huh.
Is this a TV show? It's not Good Trouble. I pillow fight in that show. I can remember.
Mm-hmm.
What other shows or things have I had a pillow fight?
You would know. You did them.
We've been pillow fighting for 5 hours straight. What a good line.
Mm-hmm.
I
think the line started with awesome.
I don't know. I don't know. Is there more?
I've never seen this.
What
I don't know what this is. But you're in a lot of episodes. It's called Let's Big Happy.
Oh yeah. That was one of my that was before Mistress, one of my first gigs ever. And it was like a branded web series that Taco Bell produced.
Nice.
Where again I played the lead singer of a band.
Mm-hmm.
And in this band, they had, do you know who Andrew WK is?
No.
He was he's a singer, like a kind of a rock singer. And he had that song, Let's Get the Party Going. Let's get the party.
I don't know that.
Because we party hard. Really awesome guy. But he's in it. And it was his like first acting thing. Like he was big at the time. And the lead is this girl, Angela Serafinen, I think is her name. I'm probably saying that wrong. She's been on some cool, was on Westworld and all this other cool stuff. So I played her love interest, but the lead singer of a band. Again, I had to like play a song as a band on a rooftop of a building. But at the end, it was all about, they were introducing the Doritos taco or something. It was
way. Like so the whole show, the lead up
was to a big party where like this Taco Bell bus arrives. And they're like, we got this new thing. It's the Doritos taco shell for a taco. And then it somehow was on Amazon Prime.
Okay, so first of all, it is on Amazon Prime, but not for free. I was like, what is this show?
Did you buy that?
I had to buy I bought an episode. I bought like episode 5. And the first scene I saw you in was this one where you're like pillow fighting with these girls and you get like a text or something. Or you look at your phone, you're like, awesome. We've been pillow fighting for 5 hours straight or something. And I was like, what is this show?
That part.
But what a weird invisible string moment because
you like Taco Bell so much.
Because I love Taco Bell. But I did like social media content or whatever, like a influencer type of content. I went to some influencer event and promoted and like did videos for or was part of or something. I don't know. Somehow was a part of some event for the Doritos Locos Taco when it came out.
Yeah.
Look at us.
Yeah, look at us. Look at us.
Promoting the Doritos Locos Taco together, but not even realizing
it was fun. It was just like short episodes. And they had, the other cool thing about it was they had a different band in every episode, like a real band, like that people know. So it was like, because I think the lead character, she like played like a band manager. She worked for a record label. So it was, every episode had a different real life band in it. But yeah, in the end of the day, like, you know, commerce, right? For slinging tacos.
I don't know, but I need to watch the rest of that episode because I paid for it.
Okay.
So that's what we're doing tonight. Next one. You ready?
No, I was a baby.
Here's another one, love.
Okay.
Damn, you're strong.
Damn, you're strong.
What's that from? What show is that from?
I don't know. It's not enough. That's not enough.
It is enough. Damn, you're strong.
Oh, Vampire Diaries.
Yes, sir. Vampire Diaries.
The Vampire Diaries.
Next one. It's just, none of this makes any sense.
It's just none of this makes any sense.
What's that?
None of this makes any
What
sense.
show is that, love?
It's just, you know, none of this makes any sense.
I like that you do line readings of it over and over again.
It's just none of this makes any sense. I don't know. I have no idea. Do you have more?
Take a guess, man. Yeah, I've got another one.
It's just none of this makes any sense. I'm like forgetting that I have
another line.
Criminal Minds.
Is that your final line?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, you had another one. Sorry.
So I'll give you another one and then you can guess again. I have to tell her the news. She's going to be crushed.
I have to tell her the news?
Mm-hmm.
I got to tell her the news. She's going to be crushed. I have to tell her the news.
Yeah.
She's going to be crushed.
What's that from?
I got to tell her the news. I don't know. I don't know. Her?
You know what I'm realizing?
She's getting news.
You know what I'm realizing, love?
I don't know.
Bones. Here's
I have to
something.
tell her the news. What did I have to tell her the news about?
I have no idea. You had a girlfriend named Chloe or something like that.
Oh, but she was like a catfish. She was like, wasn't real.
I don't know, but there was a real Chloe.
But my roommate had gotten murdered.
I don't know.
They thought I did it, but then they were like, this kid didn't do it. What about his? Yeah.
In a recent episode of Relax, I talked about how you'll ask me if I know a famous person and I'll say no. And then you'll go, they're in this. And I'll be like, I haven't seen that. I haven't seen any of their movies. What about this movie? And then you keep going and explaining the person, what they look like, movies they've been in. You over and over. And I keep going. No matter how many times you say it, I'm not going to know this person. I'm not going to have seen this movie. And now I'm realizing you do that for yourself too. Because you're just like doing the line reading over and over again, even though you don't know what's from.
Well, there's
thinking
like
will click. So now I understand why you do it to me.
No, I'm wondering if there's some sort of muscle memory that's going to kick in by saying it. Yes, of course, Bones.
I have one more for you. Ready?
Long-running crime procedural. Yes.
What? No, absolutely not. How could you even ask me that?
I know.
That's your line. What?
That's definitely in a police.
Absolutely
I'm
not.
being interrogated by police.
How could you even ask me that? So sassy.
Criminal Minds.
You're right. Ding ding dingity ding dongs.
Just said it every time.
Carrot cake is Kagan. You ate that cake.
What did they ask? What did they ask me? What were they asking me?
They wanted you to explain your alters or something.
Oh.
And you were like, they're girls. Okay.
Oh my gosh, that was crazy.
They're all girls.
And the writers had named them all, like Hamilton had just come out. So the writers named all my alternate personalities after like the three women from Hamilton.
Oh my God.
So I'm like, they're like Elizabeth, Eliza, and
that's funny.
The Schuyler sisters.
That was fun, right? It was fun
that was super fun for me.
It was fun for me to go through. And now I want to just go watch all of them for real. But I want to go back to Mistresses for a minute. I don't know that we've talked about this on the podcast or not. Probably we have. There's been a lot of episodes of the show. But Mistresses, this is fascinating to me. Mm. So when you were on Mistresses, you were on the first season. Very, very cute. Cutest man alive on that show.
I don't think so.
But it's very dramatic. It's very soap opera style kind of a show. And spoiler alerts here, which he's already done, but he plays this character who is having this affair with this woman who used to have an affair with his dead dad, right? Mm. Now, the end of the season 1 is there's a tussle. tussle.
Mm.
Is that the word tussle? I'm thinking of the word tassel. It doesn't seem right, but tussle
Yeah.
with your mother
Yeah.
and with the woman you're sleeping with over a gun
Ancient
because your
Kim
mom's
from
got a
Lost.
gun out, right?
Yeah.
And then in the episode, you hear a shebang.
Uh-huh.
So what's fascinating to me is you don't find out who got shot until season 2, right? When Erik got that script and when they shot it, he didn't know if you died, right?
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah, it did feel good.
How weird is
I remember
that?
that scene because I got to break a glass door with a chair, and they only had like the one door, and they were like, "Don't mess this up." And they were worried about the glass flying. Lots of stuntman talk leading up to that, and yeah, that was it. I don't know, it was kind of messed up, but like you're as an actor, you're used to kind of job insecurity, you know what I mean, and whatever. So like, you kind of just put on when something like that happens, you kind of just put on a brave.
But no one told
face.
you? No one said like,
you know what's
hey,
crazy is that had happened to me before with Vampire Diaries. That like, because you see all this when all the werewolves in Vampire Diaries in the episode get killed, they literally have their hearts ripped out of their chest by like this other guy. But for me, he just punched.
Yeah, I remember he
and they were
punched, killed you.
They were like possible recurring, right? But then it turned out, but you never like, but the writer on set, the writer producer on set was like, we don't know if if they're going to continue the werewolf storyline, which apparently they ended up not doing. So like it didn't come back or what, I don't know. So that ended up, that kind of happened before where I was like, oh, this is possible, like recurring. And they left it open. And even I had people like texting me like, oh, are you doing more? Cause it looks like you
just got punched
dead. You just got punched dead. Yeah. When everybody else was getting their hearts literally ripped out, like, with all these special effects. So when I got that script, I mean, well, the Mistresses was a remake of a British show, like a shot for, we just did an American version of a popular British kind of like primetime soap opera.
Oh, so did you know you were going to
die? So,
I
mean, you like to think like, oh, well, they can't get rid of me.
Oh, so it was the same as that.
So yes. And there was a heart. Let's just say like we shot it, and I just brave face, just like cool, who knows, blah blah blah, rap party, cool, let's hope we get picked up for a second season. And then I remember seeing that they did get picked up the show was picked up for a second season,
but no one called you.
No, they did call me.
Oh, okay.
The two creators of the show called me on speakerphone. And I remember where I was. I was out with a friend to like have. It was the summer. I was out with a friend to have a margarita, and I was like, "What is this? Why are they calling me?" And I'm like standing in the back of this, like went outside around this bar, and like, they were like, "Yeah, you're sorry, you're dead."
Oof.
Yeah, it was bad. But I was like, well, I was
just
like, oh, I thought so. Yeah, that's so awesome. Well, that makes sense. Yeah, blah blah blah. Like, well, thank you so much for the opportunity. Yeah, it was so much fun. Blah blah blah. You guys are gonna crush it, season 2. I'm so happy. Blah blah blah. Like, said all the things that you're supposed to say. And then I remember, having a little bit of a hard time like with it after, because like, dang, you know what I mean? But like then, the opening of like the season 2 premiere just showed like a headstone, like a gravestone with my character's name on it. It's like, okay.
Brutal.
Yeah. But honestly, I think like in retrospect, I think it was because I didn't do a great job, like, which is like the hard part.
Hold on. That can't be true though. If you said that it's a remake of what they already did, that why would they change it?
Yeah, but I don't know. But like,
and you did a great job.
Also,
it
was like my first big thing. And I remember being like really green. Like I remember like it was overwhelming to me. I remember like the whole testing process, like, and I remember having an extreme, like a really good feeling, like chemistry read kind of final screen test or whatever, and like it was me against like 3 other guys at that point, and I just like had the perfect day, you know what I mean, like it just crushed it. But then getting to set and just being like, it was so big for me, and everyone else had already been on all these TV shows. I mean, I'm like, I'm sitting in a chair next to like Alyssa Milano, like and all these people that have had these huge careers, and I'm like series regular, like my first series regular, and I'm like, I'm driving. I'm sure, like they all have like these big fancy cars because you're allowed to like park next to your trailer, like on the Warner Brothers lot. If like you're a series regular, like you can drive onto it and park. Now you don't have to go to the parking garage. You can park right next to your trailer. and I remember like they all had like these really nice cars, and I'm pulling up in a Scion XB. Do you know what that is?
No.
It's the car that looks like a tissue box, and it's like messed up. It's got like a broken bumper or whatever. Like I didn't like imposter syndrome was at like an all-time high, and I felt like very stilted. There wasn't a lot for me to do. It was kind of like you were saying, like this kind of like monotonous, like soapy kind of thing. I just think I wasn't up. I feel like I kind of failed at it. I feel like I was kind of bad. I feel like I didn't feel right in the costumes. I didn't feel right in the makeup. I didn't feel right in the haircut. And it was just a lot for me at the time, you know, and I just kind of,
I thought you did a great job on that show.
I kind of messed that one up. And so they shot me in the face. But I learned a lot from that experience. Like I didn't let it like get me down. I was like, I remember then the next time I booked a series regular role, I remember sending them an email, those two creators, to be like, because they knew the guy who had created this house show. And I said, hey, I just want to say like, you know, thank you for the experience, blah, blah, blah. Like, cause it led me to this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was like shortly after. So like, that was cool. You never know, like the butterfly effect or whatever. Like if they hadn't and I'd stayed on, I wouldn't have been able to do this other job, which led me to this other job where this other casting director met me, which then I met you. You know what I mean? So like if they didn't shoot me in the face, maybe we never would have met.
Well, maybe that'd be easier for you because then you could have avoided a divorce.
Huh?
It might have been better that way because then you could have avoided a divorce if we'd never met.
Well, just have your lawyer talk to my lawyer about that.
Okay.
So we shouldn't talk about it.
Well, I love going back and watching because I think you're the most talented actor alive, but
I think I can hate
you're allowed
something
to.
I did, like hate myself and something I did. Everybody was really nice. Everybody was great. Yeah. I think
What's your favorite performance of yourself? Like what show would you be like, oh, I think I like that performance the best of all the shows I've done?
I mean, well, I'm going to say Haters Back Off.
Well, don't say Haters Back. Fine, then take Haters Back Off out of it, of your other shows.
But I don't know. They're all fun for different. I mean, all the little stories I can sprinkle in there, they're all fun for different ways. I really liked doing Stalker. That was like super fun to kind of be the big bad for a season of a show and kind of on my own.
That one's so frustrating because you can't watch it.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Like all the other ones you can find somewhere, even if you have to pay for it. But Stalker is like, I've never watched it all the way through because I could only find, I watched like bootleg episodes of it. Like I had to scour the internet and found like these weird websites that definitely gave my computer viruses.
Well, it's a Warner Brothers show for Paramount for CBS. So I think it's like there's something about, and they only did one season, you know what I mean? But they still have like 22 hours or 24 hours of content. Yeah, I mean I don't know. I know it plays like on something overseas because I'll get like an overseas residual check every once in a while. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't know why they wouldn't just throw it up on Paramount Plus but it might be between the production studio and the network or whatever.
Well, it's fun for me to go back and watch all of the shows you're on because I haven't known you on all of the shows you've been on, obviously. But when I was going through different scenes to do this game, when I was going through different scenes of different shows, most of them I could just watch and just enjoy like your performance and like, you know, whatever. But when I'd hit things like Good Trouble, where I knew you during that, or Lucifer, like it's funny because what I see when I watch the scene is you acting and you're great. But then what I see is you coming home and telling me what happened on set that day. So when I watch a scene of you, I go, oh, this was the day that blah, blah, blah. Like, so the scene
different,
like Good Trouble, one of the scenes I was watching was, and maybe it was the one, it was one of the lines I got from was you guys were talking outside at like this school. And I just remember you coming home being like, I was there all day. And like, you had like one take. I don't even think they got close-ups of you or anything. Like they just like, you're always pressed for time. I feel like they always did your scenes last, but like, I just remember that day in particular. And when we watched it together, you're like, they cut a bunch of the scene. They cut a bunch of it. And also they, it was like, I just remember you coming home being like, oh my God, we got one take. They were like, it was so panicked. It was so rushed. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that happened a lot on that one.
Yeah, so I guess that's true. But then another time I remember, so another episode I was watching, I remember you coming home and you were so pissed because, and the reason I remember this is because I watched it, I saw it. They straightened your hair a lot on set for that show, for Good Trouble. Mm-hmm. And this one time they like they did it real silly. Like you
Oh,
looked
God.
great. You looked fine.
No,
but I just
no,
remember
no.
you being so upset about it. You were like, oh, not like upset. You were just like, oh my God, look at.
Well, no, it was one of those days where you're like there for 14 hours and it's like the middle of the night. And they're like, we got to go. You know what I mean? And then like, yeah, a hair person, like, God
I think
bless
it was
them.
like,
We're like, yeah, did something.
well, they straighten
different.
your hair, which I love your curls. Like I love your little curls in the back and like, so, but they straighten your hair out but then I think it was like a long day. So they kept spraying it to keep it in place.
Yeah,
so it
yeah.
ended up looking like a helmet by the end of like your
Right.
final scene that you had done or like, but I remember you coming home from work when you did Good Trouble and you being like, my hair looks like a freaking helmet because they kept spraying it to keep it in place. And over time it just like became a helmet kind of. It looked great but it was more like in my head remembering you talking about that. Or like when you did Lucifer, you did a hot tub scene with girls and everyone's naked. You guys are all naked on set. I mean, a little bit covering, but mostly not. And I just remember you had to go in for ADR and like redo basically the entire scene.
I had to do the whole scene.
So he had to redo the voice, like the audio.
It's like a whole monologue because of the hot tub bubbles were so loud.
Yeah, the hot tub bubbles.
Which on the day I'm like, these hot tub bubbles are really loud.
They couldn't wear mics. So when you're filming scene, you have a mic on your body. And that's the mic you use.
So only boom.
So the only microphone they had was like a boom mic over them, which was picking up the sounds of the water and whatever. So they had to re-record the entire scene and match it to their lips. Oof. Like sync it to their lips.
That was probably the worst ADR I've ever had to do.
But like no matter how hard you try.
Never.
It will never, like, I feel like I can spot ADR every time.
If it's like
watching shows.
I've had to do it a lot where it's just like noises. Where
That's
it's
fine.
Just like just like physical effort, or you know what I mean, like effort noises or like struggle noises. Sure, but when if it's the end of a line, you know, that got lost, that's fine. But when it's like the entire scene and entire speech,
so
like,
brutal.
I remember being like when they got called in for that and seeing that it was that like
it was the whole
fear
scene
of God. Yeah, I was so stressed and like you hear like ADR like because when you do that and it's like you hear like they count you in with like a beep. It's like beep 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 and then you gotta start talking and like how they synced it up. Yeah, that was not.
I feel like the only way to be able to even slightly match ADR like to your mouth and make it sound like a fluid sentence with whatever you were just saying or about to say in a scene is you have to have some sort of musical ability, because I feel like the only way I was able to even slightly do it okay is if I watched the scene as is and I would say the lines with myself to match the pitch of the rest of the scene. Do you know what I mean? Like I would like say it so that my voice was in the same, because you know, different times of day you wake up, your voice might be kind of groggly or like down low, or after you've been screaming a lot, you're energetic, you know, your voice sounds different all day long. So you have to match. So I'd have to match. I remember thinking I'm matching pitch. This is like a musical thing. To match pitch to my voice from the rest of the scene to make sure it's in the same tone. And then you have to get the right volume. And then it still sounds like crap. Like it still doesn't look right.
Yeah, and the physicality, like a lot of times.
And what
like
you're doing with your body and what clothes you're wearing and the atmosphere you're in. Oh my gosh. Lovey, you have an old man ring on your phone.
It's the plumber.
Oh, pick it up. Hello. You got to answer.
Hello.
Hey, it's me, the plumber. I'm here at your house. Can I please look at
Hey, how's it going?
I'm pretty good. How are you? I'm just here to look at your poop in your house. You have a poopy house? Is that the thing? Actually, I'm probably going to be running late.
Okay. Great.
It is great.
All right, thanks.
You're welcome.
The plumber's here.
Oh my. Well, Eric's got to let in the plumber. Are we not letting in the plumber?
Yeah, I got to go let in the plumber.
Oh yeah, because you just seem like you just got cozy. Go let in the plumber. You can let him in the
okay,
I'll keep it going.
All right. Okay.
Should we bring the plumber in here?
Stop.
Let's interview the plumber. Plumber.
What's that toilet looking like right now?
It's brutal. Well, Eric's going to talk to the plumber for a while probably, so maybe we should end the episode. But you know what? That makes sense, because I don't think we talked about poo yet today. And would it be a relaxed episode if we didn't have poo of some sort? So there's a plumber here, and that's poop related. So that's a good note to end on, perhaps. But thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for listening. Thanks for the support in this week comments. Maybe next week we'll get into all of your comments and read them and interact with you guys a bit more, because we haven't done that in a minute. So please leave your comments below. Any questions, anything you guys want us to talk about next week, discuss, debate about, bicker about, talk lovingly about. If you have more questions about Erik's acting career or my, I was going to say my acting career, but I don't know how interesting that is. So yeah, let us know what you want us to talk about next week, and we'll see you then. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.